Well, welcome everybody to the Daily Dose of Awesome. My name is Chef Katrina. I am a speaker, mentor, and team building specialist. I'm also the Director of Client Experience here at Elite Marketing Pro, and I am super excited to be here with you guys today on this takeover because we're going to have some fun with this. First and foremost, there is a lot that goes on in the world of blogging, and for those that joined in last night with our Monday Mojo, Andrew covered some amazing resources and nugget bombs around what you can do with content creation, what you can do to move your business forward. There were so many amazing nuggets that he dropped that I thought, you know what? Why not make that today's topic? Why not talk about some of the free strategies around blogging and what it looks like? So I got Jeff Beeman on here, Gloria, hello, Melinda, Ingrid, I saw Ed pop in up here also. Guys, welcome to tonight, or today, this afternoon. Wow. If I knew what time it was and day it was, I would be ecstatic. Right now, in the middle of planning for a fairly large event you guys may or may not know about coming up called No Excuses Summit. And that's a pretty big one to go around. And so content around this is definitely the name of the game. Couple of things that I want you guys to be aware of. For those that are attending the No Excuses Summit coming up, I highly recommend that you look at attending this event as part of your content creation. I see Bev's on here, Carrie's on here, Jonathan, Luke, hey everybody. Just wanted to make sure I give you guys a shout out for definitely jumping in on here and being part of these Daily Dose of Awesomes, because without you, these would not be possible. So really, it's a hats off to your dedication in your business that you come on and you join us every Monday through Friday on these Daily Dose of Awesomes, on these little nuggets of information that are delivered to you via Fernie, myself. You've had Andrew on here a couple times, Vitali, Kate McShay, some of our top leaders. So really awesome that you guys come in here and invest this time, these 15 minutes, to take hold of your business and move your business forward, right? So what I said before around like what No Excuses is, there's two ways to attend live events. And it doesn't matter whether you're attending the No Excuses Summit coming up next week in Las Vegas, or you're attending conferences for your company. What I'm about to share with you guys really is applicable to both, right? You can do it in both locations, in both areas. And the first one is go with the mindset of learning something for yourself, and also go with the mindset of what value from that live event can you then provide to your following, to your audience, to your team, because they may not be able to attend that event, so they're looking to you as the resource that can share with them what happened at this event, what did they miss, what were some insights, some knowledge that they got that you can be of value in sharing with them. So that is my request when you guys attend live events, is go for yourself to learn something, but also go with the mindset of how can you take what you've learned and share that with your audience, provide value back to them about what's going on in live events. And I've seen people do this in a multiple of ways. I've seen them do lives straight from the event. I've seen them do blog posts straight from the event. I've seen them do emails straight from the event. So there's a multiple ways in which you guys can do this. But today's topic, since I only have 10 minutes now to teach you this, is basically how do you get free traffic to your blog? This is probably one of the biggest questions. I know inside of Elite Marketing Pro we talk about traffic, paid traffic, and ideally the reason why is that it is the one thing that you can scale, right? Free traffic is just that, it's free. It doesn't mean that it's not time consuming. It doesn't mean that it's not a lot of hard work. It doesn't mean that it's not frustrating at times. If anything, I think free content methods in marketing are twice as hard as paid content advertising methods, because you really have a lot more work to do. I'm going to show you guys kind of what that looks like here today on this this Daily Dose of Awesome. So yeah, Matt's like, I watched the Mojo last night. It was awesome. Yeah, Andrew was fantastic. So I'm going to bump off of here. You guys are just going to hear my voice, but not necessarily see my face. But we are going to talk free content strategies, right? So I had walked out with a handy dandy board. So your guys are going to get a voice and a hand. So free content strategy, right? So free marketing, I guess you can say. And I was reading a quote that I remember picking up a couple of weeks ago, or a couple years ago. It was from Ray Higdon, actually. He says, free is the most expensive method of marketing you have. It's the one way that you'll get yourself out of business rather quickly. because nothing is going to be more expensive than doing this free traffic method. It is more time consuming than probably anything else you guys are going to take your hands on. So with that, there's a grain of salt, because I did a lot of my marketing in the beginning that was free. Also, the one caveat around that, I'm using big words today, was that I didn't have anything else going on in my life. I had quit my job. The only thing I had the time to do was go full all in. And since I didn't have a budget, I spent my time doing a lot of free marketing, because you know what, I was going to do it, or I was going to do it. So free marketing strategies, right? So when you have a blog, and I know you guys, we talk about this a lot. We talk about, you know, one platform and mastery, right? So we talk about one platform mastery. So when we talk about this, we're definitely talking about this with paid traffic in mind, for sure, right? Because you can only learn the nuances around marketing and paid traffic at one platform at a time. Mastery around one platform, you can ask people like the Pescasolitos. I mean, Michelle's been pretty much focused on paid marketing for Facebook for like 5 years now. Why? Because she's still learning to master the platform. There's still nuances. There's still things that change around Facebook every single day. So it's getting to know this platform and what's going on. So we talk about the one platform mastery, but I'll show you guys something that's really interesting. So when you have your blog, this is going to be fun. So here's your blog, right? First thing you want to do when you have your blog, and this is something that even Elite Marketing Pro does extraordinarily well, is that we basically send out all of our content. The moment that we create a piece of content, it gets sent out to all of our social media, right? So this is the strategy that we have around blogging, okay? This is where you kind of grab all social media, okay? And this is a huge, huge undertaking. There's a one that you can use. It's Livewire, I believe. And Livewire is a syndication, so that when you create your blog post, it'll actually send it out to all the different social media sites. Cautionary tale, be aware of what sites you're sending your content to. Not everything is going to be relevant to your content, okay? But the reason we have you do this, especially if you're blogging, especially if you're using this strategy, is that as a blogger, you want to appear everywhere, but really have your home base on one social media platform. So it kind of goes back to the one platform mastery. So wherever you find yourself the most active and the most engaged on, stay there, okay? So, but ideally, you should be having accounts like Twitter. Even if you don't use them, you want a place to send your content to, because this is the way that you kind of build that brand development, right? You can have things like Facebook. You can have ones like Google+. You can have ones like Pinterest. You can have, let's see, what are some of the other ones out there? There's Twitter, there's Facebook, there's Google. What are some other ones you guys know of? Just quickly shout them out here or write them down. Shout them out. Yeah, go ahead and shout them out to me. So I know we got Facebook, Google, Pinterest. We got Instagram. Instagram's another one. Not necessarily can you send your blog post to it, but it's another way to build out awareness around that. You've got platforms like, yeah, Instagram, you mentioned that. LinkedIn, perfect. LinkedIn's another great one. I mean, honestly, for content distribution, LinkedIn is another great one to send your content to, especially around groups. Groups do really well when you share content in there. So Facebook, this can be done on your page. And then I will also tell you another place to go, and this is really important, especially for many of you guys. There is Facebook groups. There are some really good blogging groups on Facebook. I highly recommend that you go in and you find those groups. You can actually do a search right here on Facebook that you guys are on here. Not right now because you're watching this, but you can go in there and be like blog groups or syndication groups, right? Triber's another one that was recommended. Reddit is another one that I've played with. Stumbled Upon is another one I've played on before. So there's a lot of different marketing platforms. YouTube is another great one. So especially if you're doing video, YouTube is another one that you want to make sure you can actually, you can do YouTube, post the video on your blog, and then basically send it out again that you've got it going, that you have it going on. So there's a lot of things that go on around free that is pretty impressive. And it's also very time consuming, because either every one of these platforms has a different way they want you to post. Twitter is limited to, I believe it's 140 characters, so you're limited on what you can say there. YouTube is really about the video, the keywords, what you're saying around that one. Facebook has some restrictions. Google Plus probably has the least amount of restrictions for around what your content can be. And also what's really interesting is Google and hashtags are actually pretty popular. Using hashtags on Google actually makes your content as searchable as if it was on Twitter. Facebook groups are great. There's one that's called, somebody's on here. Jeff, you're on here. What is the, there's a blogging group. It's like an ultimate blog challenge or something like that. So there is a group called, I think it's the Ultimate Blog Challenge. And what this is, I'm totally writing this. What are you reaching across? So the Ultimate Blog Challenge is actually done every 30 days. It's like a 30-day stretch. Great way to build engagement on your blog, because you definitely want engagement going on. But like the 30-day challenge is really a cool way to go, because it requires that you are posting a blog post every day for 30 days. And in doing that, you'll actually start getting people to comment on your blog. You'll have an organic sharing that's going on. That's really cool. So there's a lot of different ways in which you can use free strategies. But as you can see, this is going to take definitely some time, right? It's going to take time to know all the nuances of all these different platforms and how they want you to post and what's going to allow you to get the most engagement around that. So it's really important that you look at this. You've got a couple of automation tools that can help you also post content to social media. One of my favorites is Hootsuite. That is one I've used a lot. Great for sending up, updating posts, sending out your content, making sure it's all seen. I think you guys can all see that. It's Hootsuite right down here. HOOTSUITE.com is a great one that you can do. And so there's a couple of different platforms. The other thing around free marketing is, like I said, there's a lot of time that gets sent into this, because you have to, like I said, you have to know the nuances. There's a couple of syndication pieces you can do. So definitely if you're a blogger, you're going to want to look for syndication, right? And you can look that up. You can look for, you can Google blog syndication platforms. And there's quite a few out there. So it's always good to kind of test them, see what's going on, see what works for you. But free marketing strategies, as you guys can see, right? There's a lot of ways in which you can write a blog post and then you can send it out to all these sites, which in turn should produce traffic coming back to you. It's like a two-way street, right? Every time you send something out that way, it should come back. So every time you post something on LinkedIn, there should be some sort of back and forth behind here, right? So it's a two-way street with all social media. Typically, you're sending them content because you want it to get read. And so that is what you're looking at. But again, I come back to is while there's multiple places for you to be sharing content, ideally you want a one platform mastery. So if you find yourself on Facebook more than not, make Facebook your go-to place to send people, right? So when you're writing emails or when you're saying, hey, follow me or connect with me wherever on a social media site, send them to the one platform you're most on. For some of you, it could be Facebook. So for some of you, it could be LinkedIn. For some of you, it could be Pinterest. For some of you, it could be Twitter. Some of you guys could be YouTube. So wherever you find yourself most fully engaged with your audience, that is where you're going to want to play. And this is just this is a lot of information I just threw at you guys around this one. But this is really what makes blogging such a powerful tool, is that once you have a blog post written, and I think Andrew said it best yesterday, a blogger likes to say that they've written, right? There's actually a lot of pride in saying, yeah, I've written about, 500-600 blog posts. I've been online for so many years. People are still searching my content. I'm still getting leads from content I wrote 3-4 years ago. Like, there's a pride about having a blog, right? You're like, yeah, I'm a blogger. It's really cool, right? You can find me online. there's a lot of credibility around it. And at the same token, writing for content can prove to be a whole nother game. It's like, I don't think anyone looks forward and goes, oh yeah, well, maybe a few of you guys do. Look forward and say, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to writing that blog post today. So there is some strategy, there's some time consumption around writing the content, but what I love about it is that it's up there for years. Once you publish a piece of content, you can go back, you can refresh it, you can go back, look at content that's done really well, and you can repurpose it. The people that are coming into your Facebook page now or on your social media now probably didn't see the blog post you wrote 6 months ago. So if there's something you want to refresh or bring back to life or repurpose with your audience, you can do it. And I think that's one thing that makes blogging such a powerful tool, is that it's always a resource, right? It's searched online through the search engines. It is easy to reference. You can put a searchable skill on there, and it leads credibility to what you're up to in your business. When people see that you have a blog, when you have a website, and there's content and there's education and there's training going on around there, definitely a sense of, okay, this person knows what they're doing and I definitely want to follow them. So this is my 15 minutes of the Daily Dose of Awesome. I'm over by 3, but I really wanted to make sure you guys got this. Was this valuable for you guys? Was this kind of hitting some key points, sharing with you a little bit kind of what goes on in the world of free marketing and how it works, how it doesn't work, and really what it's all about? So if you guys like this, definitely say yes, because I think this is valuable for what you guys are up to. As a network marketer, this is also a great tool for you in terms of, if you're in the health and wellness industry, definitely, talk about what it is to be in the health and wellness, right? Why are you looking at being healthy? Why are you looking at being in that space? Like, what's the value that it provides? There's so much that goes on around your industry, whether it be financial, whether it be vacations and stuff like that. Not necessarily do your blog posts have to be around around the product or service, but definitely around the lifestyle, the interest, what made you do it, what struggles you've had. So it really does help you guys to have a piece of content out there. There's about 1,000 ways to share it, but be very aware that when you share content, it does take a lot of work, because not only when you share this content, you just have to share it. Now you have to go back, and if people have commented on any one of these sites, you have to go back and comment on those comments. So it does take up a lot of time and consumption to be sharing on multiple platforms. And ultimately, if you want people to connect with you, choose one platform where you're fully engaged to be your main source of not only where you share content, but also where you run paid advertising. And with that, guys, thank you so much for joining me here on today's Daily Dose of Awesome. For those of you that I will see in Vegas next week, I look forward to it. I'm super excited. I can't begin to tell you, like, the team is abuzz about this. So we look forward to seeing you there. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a great week. So we'll see you guys inside the community. Bye, everyone.